Hey guys, it is Jess with Watch Kitty Shrink, and this is Friday, so it would normally be time for my normal weekly update, but I actually had a lot going on today, and I didn't even get to weigh this morning, so hopefully my video will be tomorrow, my weekly update. But I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, the topic that I'm going to talk about. And then Liz, with Finding Elizabeth, is starting to do the WLS YouTube topic of the week. I love that. I think she said anybody in the community is allowed to participate. I certainly hope so, because I plan to participate. I love that idea. Generally, I am going to try to space out my videos a little bit more, but I just didn't get time this week until today. But her topic of this week is what has been your biggest mental mind F since weight loss surgery. And yes, I'm saying F instead of the word because my mama watches these videos, and here in the South it is considered rude to cuss in front of one's mama, so I ain't going to. But that's the reason I've been telling you all for a while I was going to make a video based just on my hormones and emotions after weight loss surgery, and I just haven't got around to doing it. And when Liz made this particular topic this week, I thought it was a perfect time to do it. So obviously my biggest mental mind F since weight loss surgery has been my hormones / emotions. I knew that my hormones would be kind of screwed up after weight loss surgery because I'm very well informed in hormones and stuff like that. I do work in the medical field. I know that it is very natural, especially for a female. If you go through something major like a surgery is kind of considered a trauma, that affects your period. So I anticipated my period being messed up for 2 or 3 months after weight loss surgery. I also knew that major weight loss made issues with your period. So I was anticipating the first 2 to 3 months to be kind of rough after surgery, as far as I expected my period to be messed up, as in, you know, maybe being longer or something like that. And that's really all I really went in expecting. And it's much, much different than that. I've talked about my emotional struggles all along, and a lot of it is purely hormonal. The hormones in your body change when you go through a change. So not only did I have the trauma of a weight loss surgery, and then 7 months later the trauma of gallbladder surgery, but I also lost almost 140 pounds. That has definitely changed the makeup of my body's chemicals and hormones. And so just on a purely the actual hormone level, not how I felt about it, on the actual hormone level, my body is different. Those hormones are changing. I think as we lose weight, we actually release much more estrogen. That's why a lot of women become really fertile after they lose weight. Even if you just lose 10 pounds, you become much more fertile than you were because of the estrogen that was released. And like I said, I expected that to go on for the first 2 to 3 months. We are now in almost, I think tomorrow makes 11 months since my weight loss surgery, and it's still happening. The hormones are still all jacked up. I think somewhere around month 6 they started straightening up a little bit, and then right after that I had gallbladder surgery, and they have been all jacked up ever since. I still think it has more to do with my massive weight loss than the actual trauma of surgery, but I do have to throw that in there in case it is, the surgery. But just the fact that my periods have been messed up so much and all that, that's really aggravating. I'm sorry, boys who are watching, but even if you're a boy, I know you know a female of some kind. And we're everywhere. You can't escape us. You know some women. And so you probably have heard women talk about periods are aggravating anyway. Periods that last for months are irritating, and periods that last for a week, you have 3 days off, and then a period starts again, that's really aggravating. Now, with hormones comes emotions. So now I want to talk about the part that's really bothered me, which is how I react to those hormones. Again, we're almost 11 months out, and the biggest mental mind F about it is I really thought that I'd be over all the emotional stuff by month 3. So the hormones make me more emotional as far as like weepy. I can still cry at the drop of a hat. I overreact to things a lot. And the biggest one that's irritated me all along is I get what I have referred to before as like pregnancy brain. I don't know how else to describe it other than the hormones make it very hard for me to concentrate. And that is really irritating because this is something I'm working on that doesn't have to do with that. I'm very bad. I don't like to give myself compliments. That's just part of my personality. Probably part of the fact that I have very low self-esteem. But like if I say something good about myself, I want to say something negative. So I'm just going to try to not do that and just tell you all. I've always been very confident in my intellectual abilities. I'm not saying I'm Albert Einstein or anything, but I've always been one of the smartest people in the room. And I've always been confident with that. And this mental mind fog that comes over me when my hormones are screwed up, it just really messes with me. Like the smallest task can really just trip my brain. Like you could ask me the simplest question and I genuinely, like, it's like I can't even multitask anymore. Like I have to stop what I'm doing, look you dead in the face and concentrate on what you're saying to be able to think. And that has just really freaked me out. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but when you've always been confident about your intellectual abilities and now something that's out of your control is kind of making you second guess yourself a lot, that really stinks. I'm really glad I went to medical coding school before I had weight loss surgery in that aspect, because medical coding, especially the medical coding test, is really hard. So it would have been really hard to do like this. But even at work, when I'm just doing it, like I know what I'm doing, but sometimes like I go back through everything I've done because I second guess myself. It makes it hard to concentrate. It makes it really hard to make decisions. And sometimes it even makes me feel very overwhelmed by the smallest things. And that's just not like me. And that's been really weird. So it's like in one way I'm feeling more confident about my appearance, but it's lowering my intellectual confidence. And I was not anticipating that. And I think that once the hormones do straighten up, that things will be fine. It's not like the surgery suddenly made me less, I don't know how to say it. You all know what I mean. It's just the concentration block really messes with me. And it's not just me. I have read on forums, it's pretty common to have this pregnancy brain, mental mind fog, whatever. Speaking of that, this stuttering thing, that's totally new too, and I relate that to the hormones because it's like there's so much going on in my mind, but I can't concentrate on any of it, and so it's just really irritating. And being super emotional, I've always been kind of an emotional person, but now like I cry over commercials, and like it's sometimes like I cannot control my emotions. So that to me has been the biggest struggle. I hope this made sense because I've really wanted to talk about these for a long time. I've got a couple people who were pre-op who were really nervous about the hormones. I wasn't when I was pre-op. I really didn't give them much thought. Like I said, I thought I'd be over it in 3 months. Now with that said, I always like to put this in these videos. Yes, it's irritating. I would love for this not to be a side effect of my weight loss surgery. It's not a side effect for everyone, but if I knew 11 months ago that I would have to suffer through almost a year of this mental mind fog and this crazy emotional status to lose 140 pounds, would I have done it? Hell yes. So don't let these videos, I don't think they're here to deter you. They're here to help you and let them be that. That's what this video is here. I want you to be expecting that you could have hormone issues like me. It could mess up your period if you're a girl. Guys have hormone and emotional issues too. But I promise you, it's 100% worth it. While I can sit here and make a video about a mental mind F, I could probably make 50 videos on the greatest things that have happened to me since weight loss surgery. So I hope this video helped someone. I should state that it is Shark Week right now, which means mental mind fog is currently happening. So it's really hard for me to like articulate what's up here. But I tried my best, and I really hope that this helps somebody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my weekly weigh-in, check-in, update video thingy, my bob. See? Crazy. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.